Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. This is another paid request, this time for DarkMetalSpider. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos or topics, reactions, commentaries, lists, tier lists, whatever the case may be, PayPal is usually the best bet, or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And you want me to talk about the 1980 film Resurrection, which I didn't know about the film, but then when I saw the cover, I went, okay, that cover looks familiar. I just never got around to seeing the movie. And it stars Ellen Burstyn, which she was in The Exorcist. Now she's going to be in that new Exorcist film, Believer. I'm a believer. And she was nominated for an Oscar for this role. And I would say watching it, I fully understand why, because she carries the film on her shoulders and does a fantastic job. You feel her plight, you feel sorry for her, you feel the joy she brings to people with her gift. She really, again, carried this movie on her shoulders and was easily the best part of the film. I always forget she's also in Requiem for a Dream, in a very ultimately depressing role, but she did a good job in that too. And you got some notable people in the cast. Sam Shepard, who sadly recently passed away, good actor, liked him in films like Cold in July. Richard Farnsworth, he passed away long ago. I think he ended his own life, which is sad. But I remember he was in Misery. He was the officer, the sheriff, looking into what happened with James Caan, and you're kind of hoping that he'll be the guy that helps save James Caan's character. I think he was in Fargo, or no, maybe not. I can't remember. I know he was in Misery. Maybe I'm thinking of someone else in Fargo. But Jeffrey DeMunn, who I liked, he's been in a lot of stuff. He was the sheriff in the Blob remake from 1988. He was in the 1986 film The Hitcher as another police officer. He's in this underrated film called Warning Sign. He plays Ellen Burstyn's husband. Sam Shepard plays Ellen Burstyn's boyfriend. I'll get to that in a minute. Richard Farnsworth is his kind gas station owner that has a comforting presence to him. You also have her dad, played by Robert Blossoms. He was the old guy in Home Alone who helps Macaulay Culkin at the end against the Wet Bandits. And pretty much the gist of the film is that Ellen Burstyn, and I think it's her, Jeffrey DeMunn, and another couple, and I think one of them is Lane Smith. I could be wrong, but I think it's Lane Smith, who was Perry White in Lois and Clark TV show. He was the dad in Pauly Shore's film The Son-in-Law. I think it was him. If I'm wrong, I apologize, but it seemed like him. But sadly, it's the only scene he's in. But anyway, they're having fun. Her husband's goofing around. Made it seem like he lost a finger, but he didn't. She buys him this great new car. He's excited by it. But then this asshole skateboarder kid, who I would have found the kid stuck the skateboard up his ass, because he should look both ways, the fucking idiot. They have to swerve out of the way. They crash. The husband dies. She gets into a coma. Dies for a bit. Has an out-of-body experience, which is done in a very interesting way. It's very much like a kaleidoscope with purple and all sorts of colors. And she sees people, but she can't see their faces. And you're trying to find out that those people, there's a reason why she's seeing them. But then you can't really see who they are, but they're in shadow, like silhouette, but you just see enough of them. And you see like it's a tunnel, but it's like a dark tunnel, but again, this kind of interesting kaleidoscope. It's a different type of way to showcase the possible passage to the afterlife. So at least that made it feel a bit more fresh. And as she's getting closer to, I guess was her husband, and I was right, she gets pulled back from that tunnel. She comes back. She's paralyzed from the waist down. She goes to live with her dad and cousin and other people. Some nice landscapes, decent cinematography. And while on the way there, they go to this gas station. You have this very kind guy, Richard Farnsworth, who I thought was going to be in the film more. I thought he would pop up again 2 or 3 more times. Sadly, he doesn't. But he's again very comforting, has his two-headed snake. I'll show you for a dime. See, it's a miracle, and this and that. And long story short, she gets home, she gets settled in, and you kind of find out that she has a gift now to heal people. Like there's this girl at a party that's getting all these nosebleeds, and she's like, hey, let me... You know, she's scared. She stops the nosebleeds, and she's like, why is everybody looking at me? What do you do? Well, she was scared, so wanted to calm her down. And so I said this little rhyme thing repeated with me, and she's calmed down now. And her grandma's like, let me feel your hands. Your hands are very hot. Yeah, they are. And the grandma talks about how she heard of another person who had an out-of-body experience and came back and had this power. And Ellen Burstyn's performance, her having to deal with her husband's death, you know, the nights where she showcases to her husband's grave, her being mad at herself for being paralyzed, this dog who is very shy with everybody warms up to her, and she starts warming up to the dog, and the dog's hide at one point, and she goes, you can't be a chitty shit all your life. So they both warm up to each other, and she starts trying to heal herself, and the way she's trying to do it, and getting herself mad and angry, and trying to goad herself to keep going. That old drama worked well because Ellen Burstyn really sold the performance. She really took the movie on her shoulders and showcased the fear, the anxiety, the heart, the joy of healing people, her just wanting to get this done, but never to the point of being so exhausting in terms of angst that you just, oh my god, I don't want to be around this person. No, she held that line fairly well. And that, as well as her healing people, bit by bit, more people gather, she heals this person whose arm is fucked up, is able to lift it now, this person who can't hear, and just how, oh my god, I can hear. And of course, you always have to have the asshole, this is the work of the devil. Yep, you know what, you're right. The devil is bored and said, you know what, I want to give this person the power to heal people. Even though the devil's supposed to hurt people, but I'm just going to do this just to fuck with you. Yeah. Okay, whatever. Fucking crazy assholes. So, I do like the film. But at this point, I was really liking the film. And then the stumbling block for me was Sam Shepard. Nothing against the actor, he's a really good actor. Nothing against really his performance, is just them putting this character into here I did not care for. She heals this guy because he has a stab wound, and then he comes by to thank her, but then he starts trying to get a date with her. And I'm sitting there going, why the fuck does she want to date this guy? Like, the way the character's portrayed, he's portrayed as just a redneck creep. A dumb redneck creepazoid. So what the fuck does she see in him to the point that they have sex and do all this stuff? He's never really, I mean, I don't think he was that charming of a character. I don't think he was that likable of a character, ever. He's kind of pushy. He's kind of, well, come on, what's the deal, huh? Yeah. Just being, again, a creepazoid. So again, I'm like, what the fuck does this girl see in this guy? And then almost immediately, he has an issue with her healing, even though she helped save his life. This lady helped save your life, you fucking asshole. But it's like, well, now he's very religious, and by the end, proclaim your Jesus again. You're the reincarnation of Jesus, or I will kill you. That's pretty much what happens. Why, do you want to fuck Jesus? Is that why you're fucking her? Do you feel like you're fucking Jesus in the ass with a cross? Ellen Burstyn already saw someone with a cross, and it didn't work out for her. Masturbating with a cross. Didn't work out for her till she started in Exorcist 2, that piece of shit movie. That's how it didn't work out for her. Helped kill her career for a while. So, I just, that character just made no sense to me. I don't know what she saw in him. I don't think they had good chemistry with each other, despite both being good actors. I thought he got in the way of the story. I much preferred her healing people. They bring up this science angle. We want to do these tests. And like the only test I saw was that there's a laser and she's able to bend the laser. And then it kind of goes away. So I'm sitting there going, so this whole science angle, I would have preferred if it was science versus faith. It was somehow your body chemistry changed and we want to look into that. But then these don't know, it's all about religion and faith and God gave you this gift. And if it was about that, I think it would have made a much more interesting story. Would have made a much more deeper themes of what do you believe in. Kind of like Contact, where it was about, is it aliens or is it blah blah blah? And it's kind of this triangle, this back and forth of, you know, Matthew McConaughey's God, you know, fearing guy, all not fearing, but you know, the way Contact did its approach, I thought was kind of wish this had done. Instead, and the science angle went nowhere. Sam Shepard's character just always seemed like an annoying prick, and she keeps asking him 85 times, what's your deal? Just tell me. What's your boggle? Just tell me. What's your issue? Just tell me. He won't do it. So I think at this point I'm thinking, Ellen Burstyn, this guy obviously is a fucking psycho. Just leave him. So spoiler alert, she's in a meeting with other people. He comes in with a shotgun, can barely aim, wounds her in the shoulder. So I don't know why. Okay, she doesn't want to say she's the reincarnation of Jesus. She says, I don't know what's going on. Why you can't believe her, I don't know. You know. I know you know. But I guess he's psycho. If he was sane, there wouldn't be an issue. That's the thing. Why is he doing stuff that doesn't make sense? Because he's insane. And if he was sane, he would do stuff that made sense. But he's insane, so he's doing stupid shit. And then, pretty much quickly after, she abandons what she wanted to do, it seemed. Because this guy is a psycho. And that kind of bugged me a bit, that she just abandoned all that. Some nice sweet scenes of her saying goodbye to her family. I like the bit between her and her grandma, where the grandma's like, this feels like the last time we're going to see each other. In this world, anyway. And it's a very nice, emotional, tear-filled sequence between the two. But the fact that because of this one asshole who's a religious psycho, like she's not going to help anybody else. If it was a point where her health was an issue, and maybe that could have been a point. Her health is an issue, but she's going to keep doing this. And then a part of her is like, well, hey, if I keep doing this, I'm going to help people. And if I die, I'll be able to see my husband again. But then maybe this bit with her husband. Have more Jeffrey DeMunn in there where she has visions of him going, listen, I know you want to help people, but I want you to live. And I want you to be happy and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, you're doing too much and there's too much power. And like there's this whole bit during the testing. It wasn't just the laser. There was another testing where she's healing this person, and then she goes in this conniption fit. Nothing really goes further into that. I thought it was going to lead into, oh, yeah, she can't do this all the time. She runs out of battery, so to speak. Or however you want to put it. She's shortened her lifespan. But it never really goes into that. It just goes into Sam Shepard's a crazy religious freak, and there you go. The science angle is dropped. Nothing about, you know, this diminishing her health. To me, all more interesting avenues. Religion versus science. Nope, none of that goes into play. So, or maybe go into the play of, she can't heal everybody, but there's too many people. There's thousands of people a day that want me, and it's didn't be too much, and I can't do it, and they all want what I want, and I understand, but at the same time, I can't do it for everybody, so that's gotta be some price or penance or something to pay, something like that. Or maybe it's like because it gets to be too much, she doesn't know what to do, and then one day her power gets taken away for whatever reason, and I don't know, just... I did like the final couple minutes, though. I did like that aspect. So, super spoilers. After that, it's many years later, and she's running the gas station that Richard Farnsworth had, which I thought was kind of... Okay, they met each other, and it seemed nice, but I thought, oh, now she's owning the gas station? That's why I thought it'd be nice if Richard Farnsworth was in the film a bit more. Like, maybe he visited her. Nah, I don't need anything. Oh, you forgot this. Or something like that. And maybe they have some conversations. No, it just... She met him that one time. Now she owns his gas station. And you have this family come by. And they just getting gas. And this kid is sick. I thought Ellen Burstyn was very comforting. Very grandmotherly. Because she's much older now. In this movie. And the kid, hey, you want to take care of this puppy? I don't think I'm going to be around enough to take care of him. Oh, I don't know about that. Like, the way she's being very comforting and very, very courteous. And, hey, you know what? I'll give you that puppy. All I want is a hug. And you get the idea she's healing the kid. That was a sweet ending. But then it makes me go, wow, like, all these other people that are in trouble that you could be healing. Now, granted, it's not her job. And you could go into that aspect. What kind of responsibility do you have, or do you not have? Do you feel like you need a responsibility when you have this power? I thought it was going to those aspects. I thought the first 2/3 of the film were rather good. I thought the third act kind of dropped the ball and didn't go into a lot of the aspects it could have gone into of interest. But the last couple minutes was a sweet bit of ending. Didn't mind the music. The acting was really good. Has a solid cast. In particular, Ellen Burstyn deserved her... She didn't win, but she was nominated. She deserved the nomination. And it's a sweet story. I just wish the Sam Shepard stuff was not in there. I don't think that character worked in this movie. And I think there's a lot of other aspects that could have gone into in the third act that it didn't really go into any of them, which I thought was really strange and a lot of missed opportunities. That's just me, though. But overall, I thought this was a pretty decent film. So with that said, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.